Today on Gun Talk Nation, Graham Rockwell with Ruger. We're going to talk about NRA show, Western Hunting Expo, and of course, all the new guns from Ruger and Marlin. This Gun Talk Nation is brought to you by HI-VIZ, Remington, Armscor, Silencer Central, 4 Patriots, Vortex, and Range Ready. Welcome into Gun Talk Nation. Today on Gun Talk Nation, one of our good buddies from Ruger, Graham Parsons. Wait, no, it's not. It's a different guy.
No, it's Graham Rockwell. But
this
other guy sounds pretty
honestly,
cool.
Rockwell is a cool name.
It's hard. I thought it was hard to forget, but
yeah,
clearly not.
I thought you. What did Graham Parsons sing? Wasn't he a singer? Yeah. So we're just chatting. You're in for Guns and Gear filming.
Yeah, thanks for having me down again.
Yeah. It was just we were discovering that some people listen to this show. We go to
one of the people I know back in New Hampshire was like, I heard you guys I heard Gun Talk in the Ruger booth at the NRA show, and I was like, someone was listening.
Thank God someone's listening. We appreciate you guys. Yeah, the NRA show is fun for that because it's open to the public, and we had a handful of people come up and say hi and, watch your stuff, listen to your stuff. And I mean, most of them were pretty normal.
It's you never know what you're gonna get at the NRA show. We were back to full capacity this year.
What was your take?
The Ruger booth, Friday and Saturday was absolutely packed.
Yeah.
And you guys were kind of just in the middle of the storm there.
It was crazy. I was like, what is going on? I mean, the show was busy, but honestly, the Ruger booth in particular, I don't know what the deal was.
People want to see the new products. I mean, the Marlins.
Yeah.
Everyone was there to see the Marlins.
Is that the thing that everybody really wanted to see?
Those guns, once they came off the rack in the morning, they never got put down until the end of the day. Is kind of what we saw. That and a couple other new products, the SFAR, which I think we'll talk about here, the Super Wrangler, Security 380, a lot of those guns, just people came in specifically looking to see them. So that was good. That was great to see. Glad to have people back in there.
That's cool. And you see them all the time. It's just products. It's stuff. And we kind of take it for granted that not everybody gets to see all these different products. I mean, I think that's probably one of the appeals of the NRA show. Maybe if you go to your local gun store, maybe they have it, maybe they don't. But you go to something like that and you literally can see all the products from all the brands and get to hold them, get to feel them, get to ask questions. I'm sure you guys are dealing with all sorts of. Was there a recurring question at the show that people kept wanting to know about maybe a particular product or brand or?
As you said, people can't find. I mean, there's certain products where we're coming out of the craziness of 2021, 22, where people literally never saw certain guns on the shelves, and there's still a couple like that, like the Marlins.
Yeah.
If you go to your local gun store, you're probably not going to see those. We're really focused on the quality of those guns, not the quantity of them right now. So as you said, you might not be able to find those in a gun store, and this is your opportunity to go see them. And I do the same thing. I get a chance to go around and pick up other folks' guns, hold them, talk to their engineers, talk to their project managers about what they're doing with those guns, and it's always fascinating.
A lot of people maybe not realize you work at Ruger and you see all the Ruger guns, and you're in that day to day. You don't necessarily get to see and mess with other people's guns. Not as much, right?
If you had to put a percentage on it, definitely, obviously heavy on the Ruger side.
Sure.
But we always try to keep an eye on what's going on in the market, and we also get to talk to customers about what they're interested in.
Graham, you're a shooter and you're definitely a hunter, so you kind of have like, I guess like if you think about Ruger doesn't make shotguns, right? And you're a bird hunter. So you probably are like,
we currently do not make shotguns.
Let me go check out some shotguns.
That has to be one of the, you talked about comments, and one of the comments is always, when is Ruger going to make an American-made shotgun again? Whether it's, we're introducing the red label, the gold label, or something else. So whether it's, folks at the shows or emails, that's a pretty common question.
Obviously, you guys are busy enough making rifles and pistols. I mean, super busy.
Always busy.
But is making a shotgun harder? Is it more complicated or more involved in certain ways than a pistol or a rifle? Or is it just a matter of we're as busy as
It's always a battle for resources. We're talking, especially over the last 3 years. Material, people to work in the factories, engineering time. There's a lot that goes into a decision like that. What we saw back in before COVID, early 2000s, 2010s. Shotguns are not restricted as far as imports go. So there is a large amount of imports coming in.
Sure.
And people, people say those guns have gotten better and better every year. Coming, Turkish guns, and that really brought the prices down, across the market. So it makes it a more interesting space to kind of to re-enter as far as that goes.
It's a good point. Okay. Anything? I mean, we're here to talk about Ruger. I'm giving you your love.
Or anything else. We can talk about anything.
Anything that when you walked around the NRA show that wasn't Ruger that you thought, oh, that's kind of cool, or you kind of liked something. It could be something that's not even a gun, because there's a lot of other booths there.
I'm not trying to talk about other companies too much, but whenever a couple friends over at Henry, a couple guys who used to work at Ruger, went to talk to them about, they came out with the new revolver and a new 9mm carbine. So it's interesting to see their take.
Yeah.
On something obviously we've been doing for a long time. So that was interesting.
Yeah.
Just the general vibe around the show. It's good to see.
Good. So Marlin, going back to Marlin, and people go, where are the Marlins? When I see the Marlins. I know you said you guys are focused on the quality, not the quantity. It also seems to me like a lever gun, it just doesn't lend itself to like stamping it out. Cha-chung, cha-chung, cha-chung. I mean, it's a little bit more involved in the manufacturing process. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it's, we tend to refer to things as, legacy, new lines or legacy lines. So obviously the legacy lines, we brought, a ton of machinery. When we bought Marlin, we didn't just buy the IP or the name. We bought all the machinery from Ilion and Alabama as well too. So, trying to incorporate as much of that into the process. We didn't start from scratch, but the team, we're making those down in Maydan, North Carolina. They did an amazing job of, taking the existing line, taking the existing process, kind of putting our own spin on it to make it the quality better, the repeatability better. But it is still kind of a legacy line where there's a lot of polishing.
Sure.
Trying to reduce the hand fitting as much as possible. But it's an absolute challenge, and those team down there really rose to the challenge of, we had our first 1895s out, I think, within a year of the purchase.
Right.
Which was just an absolute incredible turnaround there.
Well, probably, and you guys are very good at manufacturing, lean manufacturing, all those kind of modern techniques. And to some degree, you design guns that can be manufactured efficiently and quickly. When you're talking about a new gun, an older design, Marlin, wasn't designed to take advantage of modern manufacturing. It wasn't like, let's think about what type of gun could we manufacture quickly and do a good job using these techniques. This was just a gun that was invented and designed
quite some time ago.
That had nothing to do with lean manufacturing, right?
I don't believe lean had quite reached the American shores at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool in the modern, and the new lines, as we called them. There's really a hand in hand. I'm getting into the weeds here, but there's a really hand in hand with the design engineers and the mechanical engineers, where it's not just, hey, let's design something for 3 years, never think about how we're going to make it.
Sure.
It's let's figure out what we want to do, and then have the team that's actually going to have to make that day in, day out, have input into how that can be done efficiently.
I mean, that makes sense.
Cost effectively and repeatability. So it's about repeatability and, trying to keep the cost low so that we can sell them for a reasonable price.
That's what Ruger is, right? Ruger is people. If you ask any gun enthusiast, tell me about Ruger. What do you think about Ruger? Probably some of the things they're going to say is consistent, good quality, not terribly expensive. So you guys are always kind of aiming for that like on brand thing when you're designing guns.
Yeah. And that ranges, from our pocket pistols all the way up to our long range rifles. There's different price spreads, but within those markets, they're all very competitive.
Well, I mean, heck, even the RPR, right? I mean, the RPR, and cost, what's expensive, that's always depends on the eye of the beholder, I guess. But even the RPR, a lot of people, it's what is an RPR, like $1,500, $1,600, depending on what it is.
That's like your MSRP, but like if like your standard 6.5 Creedmoor RPR, you can get that for a little over $1,000 at the store, probably.
So some people go $1,000 for a gun, not inexpensive, but a lot of other people will go, that is a great price for what that gun is and how it shoots.
You're not paying $5,000 to $10,000 for a custom rifle.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of that rifle, was to give people the ability to enter that long range market, whether it's just target shooting or shooting PRS. There was a clear gap, and we're coming up on almost 10 years with that gun in the market, and
wow,
I think it's definitely made an impression, and there's a lot of copycats out there.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Graham, after this quick break, I want to know about, of all the new stuff, what's one of your favorites from Ruger? The newest pistol from Rock Island Armory, Armscor, is the RIA, Rock Island Armory 5.0. And this is a full-size 9mm handgun, but they've done some interesting things. They have a patented RVS recoil system that maximizes barrel mass and linear movement for super soft recoil. And you see those videos online of people shooting these pistols, and it's just really flat shooting. That's what they're going for on this gun. Of course, optics ready, 2-piece modular grips. You can customize the grip size and shape to your hands, and then buttery smooth trigger. All of these things make for a great shooting experience. You can learn more over at armscor.com. New from Ruger, it's not a gun, it's an optic. The Ready Dot optic from Ruger. The Ready Dot is a little bit different. It's a micro reflex sight. It's designed to co-witness on Ruger's Max 9 pistol. And it still fits a variety of other EDC compact handguns because it has that Shield RMSC footprint. But it can be co-witnessed with your backup sights. The interesting thing about this one is a 15 MOA dot. Fast, easy to pick up the sight, and something that we're starting to play with here. I think it's an interesting concept, and it's actually not very expensive. Uses no batteries. Gotta like that, because batteries can fail. You can learn more over at shopruger.com. HI-VIZ sights. More and more people are understanding the benefits of upgrading their gun to really upgrade it to your shooting, your style, the way you carry, whatever that might be. HI-VIZ makes a variety of sights for pistols, also for shotguns. One of the ones that is very popular is the Lightwave H3 technology. It's a combination of tritium and light pipe sights, so you get 24-hour illumination. Daylight, the light pipes are super bright. In dark conditions, you have that tritium that will glow. Night sights, as we traditionally called them back in the day. You can learn more over at HI-VIZsights.com. Okay, you got your long-range rifle set up. You want to reach out and hit something at 1,000 yards or further. But what are you feeding your rifle? You got to put good ammo in it. And to that end, Remington has a whole series of premier match ammo. And they actually have it in a bunch of different calibers. 224 Valkyrie, 308, 223, obviously a bunch of different loads for 223 and 308, 6.5 Grendel, 6.5 Creedmoor, 6mm Creedmoor, and they do this with precision, and then they're also loading it with the bullets that really optimize that. So these bigger, longer bullets to kind of buck the wind. You can learn more over at Remington.com. All right, we'll jump back in. Favorite new gun, Ruger gun. We'll talk Rugers. All right.
Talk about a couple of them, or just
just pick one. If there's more than one, you can pick more than one. So, all right. So Graham, it's hard to pick between what your favorite children are, but sometimes one just shines a little brighter for a little moment there.
Hopefully your kids don't watch this one.
Hopefully my kids don't watch. Hey, it depends on the day. They know you're my star child today. You're my problem child. Then they decide to switch roles depending on the day. Okay, so Ruger's always introducing new products. Is there one for you in the last several months or whatever this year so far that you go, I'm just liking this gun?
Yeah, I mean, the one that I worked on personally and with the team was the new Super Wrangler.
Yeah.
So the Wrangler in 22 has been extremely popular since we brought that out. Awesome budget gun, great for training kids or just going out there and having some fun. So now we've got the Super Wrangler, which we were talking about people asking for things before. This gives you the ability to have both the 22 LR and the 22 mag cylinder. They are not interchangeable with your standard Wranglers, for good reason. So the new Super Wrangler has a steel frame.
Okay.
So a steel cylinder frame, unlike the aluminum one on the.
There's that much more energy out of the 22 mag?
In certain circumstances, absolutely.
Huh.
So
Wow.
it's designed to be reliable and to be safe. So the new Super Wrangler, it's basically getting you a single 6 at probably under half the price. So
Yeah.
you're not getting the hand polished, hand fitted single 6, but you're getting a great convertible single action revolver.
There's going to be a lot of people. Well, there's going to be a lot of people who know the single 6 and go, "Holy smokes, this is so cool!" And then there's going to be a lot of people who perhaps, I think the Wrangler series in general, help people rediscover how fun single action revolvers are and what you can do with a 22 Magnum.
Absolutely.
What are you hearing from customers as far as like why do they want the 22 mag versus a 22 LR?
Definitely for small game, small game hunting. People are always interested in that.
Yeah.
People just like have the option. They want to go shoot the cheap, inexpensive 22, but occasionally they want to reach out a little further or have a little more energy on impact, on steel targets to have a little more fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Further energy, or more energy, further shots. I think, and also what you guys are doing with the finishes on these are great.
Yeah, everyone comes Cerakoted. We launched the Super Wrangler in the same 3 colors we had in the standard Wrangler, bronze, silver, and black. And then we'll do, if you've been to a gun store or checked out any of the distributor websites, there's just an incredible amount of options out there as far as different Cerakote colors and grips and anything under the sky for that stuff.
That particular gun, especially, you guys have just customized to no end. And if you haven't done it, you should go look at these distributors, which they're the people who sell to the gun stores, right? Ruger sells to the distributors sell to the gun stores. But Graham, you guys are working with these distributors to develop unique products, exclusives, and talk about some of those configurations that they might find that they're not going to find maybe normally, but you go, wait a minute, you go to Lipsy's or Sports South or Davidson's.
Yep.
And what kind of stuff are you guys doing?
It's not just on Wranglers, it's across all the product lines.
Yeah.
They're always looking for an opportunity to have something unique. There's a lot of direct coordination, and it's not just colors. It can be barrel lengths, contours, calibers. There's just anything within a family that's not a standard catalog item is an opportunity for them to have something unique to offer their customers, being the retail stores, and then the eventual owner as well.
Yeah.
So across the board, we do a lot of unique things. So you can see them on our website, as you said, on their websites. Taylor does some pretty cool stuff as well. They've got quite the Ruger collection of unique things that we do with them. And
you guys list all those on your website as well.
Yeah, we try to keep track of them on our website. If you just go to that family of guns and scroll down through the standard models, you'll generally see them as distributor exclusives underneath.
Another thing, people, when we talk about Cerakote, a lot of times people think of it as being like, we're going to make the gun different colors. But
it's not just that.
It's not just that. And it's more than that. It's not, it's the gun's purple or silver or black. No, Cerakote is super durable. You guys probably test that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They, pretty much all our guns go through extensive, drop testing, shipping testing, plug bore testing, all that stuff. Exposing them to elements, cold, hot, moisture, and we've used other things in the past. Cerakote's obviously very popular right now, not just in the firearms world, but pretty much across anything where you want to customize something and have that abrasion and material resistance to the elements. So it's done well.
It's great. And you guys do that. You don't have to send it off to like a Cerakote applier, right?
No, we do that all. That's all in house. We've got some pretty cool hand, you can do a lot of stuff by hand. We got some pretty cool automated things we've done with them as well for the, for your higher volume lines, like the Wrangler.
Sure.
Where, we've worked directly with Cerakote on, the best, the best robotics to do, large quantities of,
That's cool.
Of firearms. So it's pretty neat.
So Graham, what have you been shooting lately? What kind of shooting? What kind of hunting? You were talking about going to the Western Hunters Expo.
Yep, I got to go to
It's
that
a show I've never been to.
I didn't know what to expect. Because when you get below the SHOT Show and NRA show, you can go to a regional sports show that might not be what you're expecting. When I walked into the Western Hunting Expo, I was blown away. Just the quality of the vendors, the quality of the presentation of just the entire show, the customers, the people that were there were just absolutely incredible. Everyone that was, I'd say almost more than half, if not more, all dedicated, out west, long range, big game hunters.
Yeah,
a lot of kuyu, a lot of Sika gear out there. There was
the high dollar,
the high dollar stuff, and people were, we don't sell guns directly, but all these, there's a lot of, your basic long range companies that have done well in the rifle market, your Christians and Bergeras, but there are, for every one of them, there's a dozen other small, unique boutique custom shop style rifle companies, and people are walking in and they're buying guns right there. I don't think they're handing them to them, but they're ordering guns right there at the show, and that's something
pricey guns,
very expensive, very pricey guns, and that's something you don't get to see at an NRA show or SHOT Show as much. To see the customer in there, excited, talking to these companies, and those long range rifles, there's always a new caliber. I think one that we're looking at, we've done with the American so far, is the 7mm PRC. There was a lot of hype around that cartridge. Nice intermediate cartridge between the 6.5 PRC and the 300 PRC.
Right.
So a lot of excitement in the Western hunting world for that cartridge, and I think that one's actually going to hold on for a little bit. We're always going through a couple tricky, launches. Right? You're never quite sure what's going to happen.
What's going to be a cartridge that catches on, because it's always that chicken egg scenario.
Yep. So we've already done a pretty big run of American rifles in that, and probably plan to do some more things with that cartridge as well. But just getting back to that show again, I was just saying, just really blown away with like the excitement and the interest in hunting out there. So it was great to see.
The Western Hunting Expo. It's out in Salt Lake, middle of February, right?
This one was in February. Yep.
Someone said it's usually around Valentine's Day, which I'm like,
perfect date.
Hey, honey, I got you a sheep hunt, because that's another big thing.
So
right?
that was so they do. It's obviously in Utah. So the state puts out, there's tags for I think it's 300 lottery tags for an assortment of big game. It's everything from turkeys all the way up to the coveted 1 in 6 goat and sheep hunts that they have. And then there's a bunch of organizations there, conservation organizations, that do another lottery for sheep hunts in British Columbia and Alaska, and people are going nuts. They're buying probably thousands of dollars worth of tickets, trying to get that once in a lifetime unique hunt that would normally cost you, let's start at $50,000.
Right. Oh yeah.
You can go up from there.
Yeah.
And so every year, they do a big live draw. I didn't get to go to it. I also didn't win. Very upsetting.
You bought some tickets?
Of course. You got to be in it to win it, right?
That's what I've heard. That this show is, and depending on, I've never been, but you can actually have some good odds depending on what you're trying to go for raffle wise. I was talking to a guy who got like a once in a lifetime elk tag in Utah from that show.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to do it. You do have to buy I had to buy a Utah hunting license, which I'm not sure I'll get to use. I didn't get a raffle.
So you have to buy the Utah hunting license for the raffle?
Yeah, just to be part of the raffle.
Oh wow!
Which is you're obviously contributing to
your
Utah conservation.
Yeah, sure.
But I think I can't remember the exact total. It's on their website, but well over 10, 15 million bucks they raised for conservation out there.
That's awesome.
Yep. So just being there, the energy, it got me excited to plan, get more in depth planning for hunts this fall and next season. It was just a great environment. So looking forward to going there again next year. Yeah, that was our first time Ruger was there.
Yeah. That's something worth going.
We'll probably end up going back to that. And we're pretty much the only ones there showing pistols and revolvers. So
really?
We were once again very popular.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, if you're thinking about if you're out west, right, you ought to go check it out. And if you're thinking about doing like a Western type of hunt, that's a show you ought to go check out. All right, one more quick break, and then we're gonna be right back. Greg didn't know his wife and kids were going to die during Hurricane Ida, but his gas generator leaked carbon monoxide into his house. The government calls it a known safety threat because it poisons thousands of Americans every year. But there's a new generator, portable, safe, silent, 100% fume-free solar generator. The Patriot Power Generator is quiet as a laptop, powerful enough to power your fridge. You can get 10% off when you make your first purchase at 4patriots.com. That's the number 4patriots.com. Use code GTN, like Gun Talk Nation, and get the Patriot Power Generator from 4patriots.com today. Have you ever taken a rifle training course or a pistol training course? If not, you're not as prepared as you could be. You're not trained up. You're not ready. And it makes all the difference in the world. And it's lessons that stay with you for years to come. And it also gives you something to practice when you go to the range instead of just yanking the trigger and making the gun go off. Well, we teach classes at Range Ready Studios. Go to rangereadystudios.com and look at our class lineup. Sign up for the email list to find out about when new classes are put up on the calendar. And I hope you'll come check us out and train with us. rangereadystudios.com. Silencers. People are thinking about buying them. People are buying them. Are you ready to buy a suppressor or silencer, whatever you prefer to call them? Well, Silencer Central makes it easy, and you can take your Find Your Silencer quiz and download their buyer's guide over at silencercentral.com. They also have shorter, quieter, and lighter silencers, the all new Banish Backcountry. A lot of people are starting to hunt with silencers, and you don't want something giant on the end of your gun, but this is something that's easy to carry around in the woods with you. They also offer barrel threading. So if you have a gun, you go, well, I'd like to put a silencer on it, but how am I going to do it? You can send your gun there, and they will thread your barrel, make it easy to put a silencer on there. Bottom line is Silencer Central makes it easy to buy a silencer, and then you can be shooting quietly, just like the rest of us. Go over to silencercentral.com and check it out. Vortex Optics has something new, the Razor HD 4000 GB. Boy, that's a name. One device, all the range and ballistic data you need to make the shot of a lifetime every time. For precision shooters and long-range hunters, the fully loaded Razor HD 4000 GB accelerates your speed to target, helping your range with first shot confidence at push-button speed. Rugged, reliable, whether targeting a trophy above the tree line, across an open prairie, or ringing steel out to 4,000 yards. So that's what the 4,000 means. You can range things at 4,000 yards. Gives you the range, ballistic, and environmental data for absolute accuracy. You can learn more at vortexoptics.com. So, Graham, red dots. Red dots are here. They're here to stay. They're commonplace. People are carrying them on their guns. And I think one of the challenges is when someone has been shooting for years and years, been carrying, when they want to switch over to a red dot, it's kind of like getting used to it. You know it's good. You know it can help you shoot faster, more accurately, and all those things. But you guys have red dot ready guns, but you brought something out that's new that was kind of a surprise to a lot of us.
I would definitely say people have been surprised about it. We are not typically an optics company.
The Ready Dot.
We have the new Ready Dot that goes on the Max 9 and as an accessory for other guns.
So tell me about it.
So, as you said, red dots are here to stay. Anytime we're designing a new pistol, or if there's an opportunity, we're drilling and tapping the top of that receiver to be one of the many different types of red dot capable.
Yeah, you're always trying to figure out the whole.
There's a lot of
footprint
patterns,
thing.
and you can't cover all of them. But any of the new guns that we've been coming out with, if there's space up there, we're tapping them, and it's either shipping with the red dot or it's got a plate on there. You can put anything on there. But we've been working on something for a while. Just launched it. It's that new Ready Dot. It's a little different.
It is a little different
than your standard red dot, and for a reason. The red dot market is extremely crowded. It's well developed. There's a lot of companies already playing in it, and we wanted to have something unique, and that kind of stuck with our, as you were talking about, easy to use, first time use. So the Ready Dot has no adjustability and no batteries. So
I didn't realize it didn't have adjustability.
No adjustability. It is co-witnessed at the plant, and that it is good to go. Right.
So you don't sight it in.
No. Well, you obviously still need to get, if you've never used a red dot, I would recommend, getting used to it, sighting it in.
But you guys basically
there is no
do
windage.
that.
There is no windage or elevation adjustment.
Oh, wow.
on that whatsoever.
Okay.
It is co-witnessed at the plant, ready to go. Also, no batteries. So there are less things to worry about. I'd say the red dots have gotten better in the last couple of years. I mean, exponentially better as far as battery life goes. But I remember, some of the first red dots I had growing up on whatever they were on, paintball guns or air guns. You had to swap the battery out every 4 hours or something.
Oh yeah,
crazy like that. It just became tiresome. So this has a fiber optic component to it. So it's natural. It's collecting natural light, or if for prolonged periods of time, obviously you can use a flashlight to charge it up.
Oh, you can.
Yep, with the fiber optic. So it's just ready to go. And it's got so this one's really focused on your close, your close range engagements. So it's got a much larger than normal red dot than people are used to. So there's definitely some things people need to get used to on this. It's got a 15 MOA dot when you're usually talking 1, 3, something in that range.
What's that like to shoot?
It's easy. It's rapid. So you're coming up, you're acquiring that target. It's a nice big dot. Someone explained it last night kind of as like an excess dot, big dot, something that's it's there. You're covering the target, and you're engaging the target. So, and then it's co-witness. You still have the backup iron sights, and on the Max 9, you've got your fiber optic sights ready to go as well. And obviously, it has an advantage over front and back iron sights, because no matter where you're looking in the reticle, as long as you can see the red dot, that's where your point of impact.
Yeah, it's there. And this can be mounted on other platforms, other guns?
Yep. We're selling it as an accessory as well. So it's obviously set up for the Max 9, but it's also compatible on some other plates as well.
I'm guessing that if you put that on another gun, being that it doesn't have windage and elevation adjustments, it's a matter of putting it on and shooting it and figuring out kind of where it hits.
I haven't had a chance to put it on another gun myself quite yet, but it was designed to line up with the natural sight height of most subcompact pistols.
It looks like it sits pretty low on the gun.
Yep, it's without having to have batteries or adjustment, it's definitely got a smaller, just overall surface to it.
And I noticed that you guys were selling it on Shop Ruger.
Correct.
It's not expensive.
No, I think it's MSRP maybe $99 bucks.
That's not expensive for a dot.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. It's something, I think people are going to be like, wait a minute, but you got to get out there and try it. I'm going to get out there and try it and see, is it faster to pick up? And what are the advantages of it? I mean, it's kind of neat. I like to see new things.
Yeah. So we're excited to jump into that. It was a small project, but we're excited to jump into it.
Cool. Graham, thanks for coming down.
Always a pleasure.
Filling us in.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so now you guys have your marching orders. Get out to Salt Lake City next year. Go buy yourself a sheep hunt.
Right, yeah. You can always buy them.
You can just go buy them.
It's about getting lucky, right?
Hey, you get yourself a HELOC, you're fine. I'm sure that's a good investment. Now, thanks for listening, and we will see you next time on Gun Talk Nation. To see all of Gun Talk's content, go to guntalk.com, guntalktv.com, or sign up for the Gun Talk newsletter.